Welcome to this print and delivery e-learning session. Today we will look at report actions, but we won't go into too much detail. We are just going to check the general overview of what kind of actions are available. For each of the ones I will show in this video, there is a separate video that goes into much more details about the individual report action. So let's get started. So here we are in Business One, and I have the report action open here. The way you get to that is administration, add-ons, B1 Usability Package, module configuration, and B1 Print Delivery. In here is the report action. So this video will not go into details on exactly every single different type of report action we can do. There's separate e-learnings on that, but it will just go into the highlights of what things can be done here. So the first field we have here is a code. That's just a code which will later be referenced in the report configuration itself, and a name where you just have something where you can write whatever makes it recognizable to you, my action, and a remarks about the specific configuration should there be any need. Then there's the type. We'll go to that in 1 second. And then we have the mark document as printed. This is general across all the different types, but it will essentially just on reports that are linked to documents determine if the report, when it's executed, should set this flag of being printed. And printed is normally when you print stuff, of course, but you could also, for some reason, need to want to set this that sending an email should be indicated as printed, meaning the printed is not, that is a physical print, but it's being handled. But let's go into the different types. The first type is already on the screen here, which is show report, meaning just show the report on the screen. The second action type we have is save report, meaning save the crystal report as a file, most likely a PDF, onto the hard drive. Then we have print report. Name says it all, prints to a printer. We have email report, where you specify a subject and a body and a attachment name for you to send out the report as an email. We have create activity, which create SAP activities, meaning these. Or we have internal messages, meaning send an internal message to another user in the system, for example, a manager. Let's end up here. The activities would more be for, let's make a sales order, and in 2 weeks time, let's have a follow-up by the sales employee. Again, stuff that can be automated. Conditional action is where you actually can write a piece of SQL saying if this specific case is true, then do one thing, else do another. It could, for example, be that VIP customers get a different kind of email, or it could be whenever you do something special or have a special field on a sales order, it should be printed out in 2 copies instead of 1, for example. Only your imagination sets the limits of the conditional action. HTTP triggers is all about sending out notifications to Teams and Slack, meaning the warehouse could be notified in a Microsoft Teams warehouse channel that a pick list is now ready to be picked up, for example. The SQL action is in order for you to write some SQL where you actually use it to set normal user-defined fields in order to have some kind of status on that the sales order has now been delivered by email, for example. And finally, there's the multiple actions where you can go in and have that this action actually does two things. For example, it prints and it emails the report in one go instead of two. So that was a lightning high-level explanation of the report actions. Every single video going forward here is about these in more details, where we go in and talk about every single little setting you can do in show, save, and so on. But with that, thank you for attending this session. Hope it was beneficial.